Hello, and welcome to basically Bloodbowl. Now, Games Workshop have caught me a bit on the hop today. I went onto the Warhammer community page about midday, and there was an article about Nurgle team, and I thought, that's it. That's our bit of Bloodbowl for today, if not for the week. And then, lo and behold, it got better. In fact, it got 3 times better, because Games Workshop have dropped what will be the Forge World models for 1 positional and 2 star players. So, without further ado, let's take a look. The first one is this, the varghiest. This model is absolutely superb. I mean, it's the embodiment of everything that it is, strength and that frenzy. It really comes to life in the miniature. Those massive clawed hands and just the sense that it's rushing forwards at 100 miles an hour. It's without doubt one of my favourite miniatures of the year. I will be rushing out and getting this. I can't wait, honestly. So, what is a varghiest, I hear you ask? And to be fair, I was asking the same question. So, basically, varghiests are the darkness within a vampire's soul made manifest. They are towering winged humanoids, each several times the size of a man, which means we've got essentially a vampire big guy. And that is also detailed in the article using the word brute and strength. I mean, we're going to get probably a strength 6 model. Though the vargheist once walked and talked as lords amongst the chattel, these curse-born vampires have devolved into ravening predators desperate for the taste of blood. So I'm really psyched for this model. Not only does it look absolutely gorgeous, it's a frenzy piece. It's a strong frenzy piece. It's going to be incredible. And with Bloodlust 3+, it's going to be snacking on thralls twice as fast as a normal vampire. And again, I'm really keen to see how this new version of Bloodlust is presented with this vampire team. Now, I would have been happy with that. 1 model, that's enough alongside the reveal last week. I'm in happy land. But not only did we get a positional, we also got not 1, but 2 star player reveals. Now, I only just yesterday put out a video detailing who I thought would be the next star players. I thought we'd have to wait a little while. I thought we might get 1 on a Monday, 1 on the following Monday, maybe a wait for 2 weeks. But all of a sudden, bang, they just dropped 2 out of nowhere. And this leads me into an interesting conclusion that I don't think this vampire team is too far away from being put on pre-order, which is great news. So the first player we get to look at is Captain Karina von Rice. She's an okay model. Not very convinced on the paint scheme. I think you do that better, and it'd be nice to see all the way around, although she has one really nasty looking weapon of a hand on her left hand there. And she's essentially a vampire pirate, and a quick one. She's basically going to be a receiver. She's got dodge, she's got jump up, she's got a movement of 7. Yeah, she's going to be quite the handful. And of course she comes with a special rule, which is Tasty Morsel, meaning that once per game, when Karina fails a Bloodlust roll, she may choose to bite an opposition player with a strength of 3 or lower, as if they were a thrall lineman teammate. Now again, we need a little bit of clarity on what exactly Bloodlust is and how it works in this new edition before we can jump to any sort of meaningful conclusions. But it looks okay. I mean, it basically means that once per game, you're not snacking on one of your own linemen, you're snacking on one of the opposition, which can only be a good thing. And although Karina is, by looks, primarily a vampire star player, she can also play for any other Sylvanian Spotlight team. So that's an interesting thing when it comes to Bloodlust. Does that work with undead players as well? Yeah, I suppose this is something else that we're going to have to find out later on down the road. And then we get to the one I was pretty certain we'd see in and around this release, Count Luther von Drakenborg. Now, I for one am not 100% sold on the look. I think he looks more like a team manager standing at the sidelines. Not that I'm saying that it's bad. I think the sculpt's really good. I think there's a lot of detail in the model. I'm just a little bit... I wanted a bit more dynamic, I suppose. And again, until we get to see 360 all the way around the model, it's very hard to jump at conclusions at this stage. There doesn't seem to be any major changes with him keeping his block and his sidestep. Probably you'll see Hypnotic Gaze in there as well, and regen. And his special rule is okay. I mean, nobody's going to be bemoaning a free reroll, but that reroll is time sensitive, and you only gain it when the count himself scores. So if you're on a league format and you're building your players' experience points up, Luther scoring isn't really going to gain you much apart from one reroll to be used in the next drive only. And bearing in mind that Cal for Luther is probably going to come in around about 350 to 390,000, that's a lot of money to spend on a star player rather than just an extra reroll. But that quibble aside, I think he's actually going to be a very imposing player. And that's the article. And wow, didn't expect to drop today. Didn't expect 3 players to be revealed today. And like I said before, I think this heralds a very quick turnaround from the reveal to actually getting our hands on these miniatures. My favourite of the day, still the varghiest. This thing looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get him glued together, paint him up, and have him there as the focal point of my team. And that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.